Hey, before we start today's show, which from my understanding is
any minute now,
it is also the best show we've ever done. The best show we've ever done. We hear all the time,
that was the best.
That was the best show. How was every show the best show? And we're like, well, hey, check this out. Here's how. Because of the Spitwad community. That's how. The Spitwads, you guys listening, supporting our show, you help us out. Go to spitballerspod.com and support the show. You can click Become a Spitwad. You get early access to all the shows. You get the Spit Tank where we're going to answer your questions the way they should be answered.
Tons of antioxidants.
Yes. All
rejuvenating for all skin.
Tons of medications. Look, if you have any kind of medical problem at all, please visit spitballerspod.com. Become a Spitwad there. You won't regret it, and we appreciate your support. Now, on with the show.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
It's my fault that I won't skip today with you.
I hate to say this. I mean, it's a bad start.
It's a terrible start.
Just saying, I mean, it's just really wasn't a scat.
No.
I mean, that's really where it went south, is you began your scat without a scat.
Well, we've started singing these things. It all started with Owl singing his in. And I remember that first time where he got all the love for that scat. I remember thinking, that's not a scat. That's scatting is not with words, right? Am I wrong about that?
No, you can have a little bit of a like a beep boop bop boop beep bop tone.
Those aren't
kind
words.
Of pace to it. If it sounds like a scat, then he sneaks words in. Mike, you understand?
Well, the situation was I think
up boop bop beep.
Like
that's
words.
a scat.
But
That's
before
I agree.
Before the scat started, it sounded like there was like pigeons coming into the podcast.
I was getting people hyped. I was getting them all hyped.
Welcome into the Spitballers Podcast, episode 97. Obviously,
Sound like Cardi B.
Working up towards the ultimate scat. Whoever has to scat on episode 100, I don't know, but be warned. Like, that's a lot of pressure.
I think
what episode are we on now?
Mathematically, we can figure out that it is
I
Jason.
don't think so. Oh, it is?
Oh, no.
You're
Yes,
98. I'm 99.
Yes, it is Jason. No, that's really easy to figure out, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But my recommendation is just wing it, man. Just wing it. We have Would You Rather on the show today, life advice. We've got a great draft. Excited to have you with us. Thanks for supporting the show at spitballerspod.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're listening to the show. We appreciate you, Spitwads out there. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for reviewing. We like to read those reviews from time to time.
Reviewasaurus Rex.
This one comes in by Austin from Houston. That's neat.
Interesting.
I'm
gosh.
confused already.
Yes. I believe it's from Florida. Oh my gosh, levels of funny. 5 stars. So I've been wanting to write a review for a while, but I haven't because I'm extremely lazy. But episode 93 was by far the hardest I have ever laughed at a podcast. The whole hour was belly laughs. I've never heard the, quote, I have nipples, Greg, comment executed quite so perfectly before. Once you start listening to this podcast, it'll become part of your weekly ritual. I'd give it 10 stars if I could. Keep up the great work, guys.
Thank you, Austin. From Houston.
Yeah, Houston, we have an Austin. Is that what the situation
very,
is?
very
my.
nice.
I am disappointed. I mean, they cap you at 5 stars, but I appreciate the 5 conceptual additional stars. It makes us feel good.
That's true.
Don't you
Or
agree?
you could just tell your friend to give us 5 stars, and then you add them together.
Ooh, yeah.
Look, I'm
Everybody-
no mathematician.
But you can steal your friend's phone.
That's right.
You don't have to be a mathematician to steal things.
Wait,
Just
hold on.
No,
I recommended like sharing
Steal
the
your friend's
podcast with your.
stuff.
Like, I'm trying to get the show bigger, and you're like, no, just steal the phone and review
Steal
the show.
things from your
I
friends.
think Andy is including subscribing when you rate on your stolen friend's phone. So in which case we are growing our download numbers are taking off. If everyone out there is stealing a friend's phone and
That's fair.
hardcore subscribing us on that phone, giving us that's a
hardcore.
great.
What's the difference between subscribing
I
and
think you
hardcore?
can go into settings and you could be like download the entire catalog, which sounds
Ooh.
great.
You're responsible, each of you Spitwads out there, for 10 stars. I don't care how you get them. You could get you could steal one friend's phone and give 5. That's how I do it.
Yeah, it's better than 10 1-stars.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I go that way. Okay, let's get into this.
Would you rather?
All right, would you rather question from Lydia on Twitter. Would you rather eat only canned food for the rest of your natural life or have to hunt and harvest all your food, but then you have a professional chef cooking it for you for free?
Wait.
I mean, come on.
This
This is not hard.
Would you like to enjoy every meal forever because it's perfect out of a can? Or would you rather starve to death because you can find no food to give your professional chef to make you?
Yeah, I think it's very obvious the canned food is the choice here because I've never caught or harvested anything ever.
Do you think you could? Like, let's say we're on an
No.
island. We're stranded. No. You're going to die if you don't actually, like, and no jokes here, okay? This is not a place for jokes.
No place for jokes.
Yeah.
But do you too, and I'll throw myself into this great question as well,
Where
believe
are
that
you
if
supposed to be right now, Jason?
I'm in my bathroom, I'm in my carpeted bathroom.
Oh, it's a carpeted bathroom. Oh my
You
gosh.
can't see the glorious
No,
carpet
I
behind me?
do.
It's
I do.
all over.
It was so
Well,
luxurious. I didn't think it was a bathroom. I thought it was like a spa somewhere.
It does look really romantic.
The
Like,
thing is I was, the only place I could find was my bathroom to record, and of course, that's bad acoustics. So I put carpet everywhere.
Oh, that's smart. Sorry
Very
to interrupt
smart.
you. You
I'm
were
doing-
asking me
doing
if I
this
could
for the
survive.
Spitballs. No, not if you could survive, but because I know you'd die. But if you were on the island and you had nothing, you were just airdropped out of a plane, but somehow landed safely on your feet, and okay, you have a parachute. Could you catch a wild animal and procure meat food?
Is this an island filled with chickens? I mean, if it's an island filled with chickens, yes. If it's a normal,
have you ever
ordinary-
caught a chicken?
I think I could catch a chicken.
He could
yeah.
catch a chicken. I've caught a chicken.
It's like I'm not doubting it.
Even
I'm
if
just
it
saying,
took me
like,
hours.
have you ever experienced chasing a chicken and picking one up? Because many people are like, including my wife, like they're frightened by the flapping of wings, like of it. Just you don't know what a bird is going to do.
The chicken is the grasshopper of the birds.
That's a good- That's a good comp, Andy, because I totally know what you mean. You go to catch a grasshopper, and when it jumps 12 feet, it's terrifying.
You don't know where it's going.
There's no harm in it. They're not going to hurt you.
I had a buddy growing up, one of my best friends for multiple years. They had chickens, they had ducks, and so I have tons of experience cornering a chicken and picking them up, and I have no problem doing it.
So-
I'm just curious if you've ever actually done it.
I have done it many a time because at our 2 houses ago, we used to have chickens, and we'd let them out from time to time. And when we had to get them back in the chicken run, my goodness, it was not easy. It's doable, and you can get it done.
I know you had eggs from those chickens.
Yes.
Did you ever have chicken from those chickens?
No. The one thing I don't, I talked about this with my wife before. I could hunt, like I could do that, and some people would say that I've never done it, but I think I could go through with it. I think I could, shoot a deer, and I want the meat. But what I could not do under any circumstances, the process to get
The
meat.
butchering?
The yeah,
Skinning?
I mean, exactly, skinning. I mean, I couldn't defeather a chicken in my wild. I could kill a chicken, but I couldn't take its feathers out while it doesn't feel. I don't know how that makes any sense, but it's the honest truth. I
So
could
if-
never prepare
Just to be clear,
the meal.
they'd find you on the island, dead of hunger, next to dead chickens.
Just
you
tons-
couldn't
dozens
prepare
of dead chickens.
to eat. Just
Because
dozens.
I ate raw chicken. That was my best try.
right.
I died of salmonella.
Everything on this show comes back to raw chicken snacks.
Yes.
Now, just
yes.
to rein it back in, you guys. This
Thank you,
question
Al.
is not. You're on an island, and you have to kill an animal with your bare hands. So
It's-
you can hunt, and let's say your professional chef is also a butcher.
Can I
Look,
hunt on
my-
a big cow farm? Because
my
I could
chef-
do that.
I can tell you right now, Al, my chef is Boyardee. Okay, because
It just shocks me that this question is so easy for you guys. It's really it's not for me.
you're telling me
don't-
that for you would rather have to hunt and procure and harvest your food rather than have it just done for you in a delicious canned product.
Dude, have you ever had corned beef hash? It's
so
freaking
good.
great.
None
ever
of
had
us
an-
know
I think
how.
it would get old for your whole life, and I don't know. You could kill one big animal and eat for a while.
You have no
The
idea.
same animal over and over. Meanwhile, Jason and I have unlimited amounts of food. Everything's in a can. Everything.
Al
is in a
Borland does
can.
not understand the variety that cans provide. If you want corns or green beans or whatever
Done.
you want,
It's there.
I mean, your options are limitless. I'm going to eat like a king for at least 10 years before I die of a heart attack.
Al,
All the
listen.
carcinogens.
None of us know. None of us own the weapon to do the hunting. None of us know where to drive to do the hunting. None of us could get said hunted item back someplace. We are very much children that need
And I-
our canned food.
I am not confident in my gardening abilities either, okay? I don't even think a vegetarian life's going to save me here. My carrot that I grow is going to be 1.5 inches long, and it's going to take me months.
It's one. You grow one carrot. You're not even planting more than one.
All of my carrots will be little bitty baby carrots at completion of life, which is months down the road. I'm dead. I'm just look, give me all the canned food. I've been enjoying the canned food life. I'm going to stick with it here.
All right. I think
And
we're all
Chef-
going that way.
Chef Boyardee.
Neil from Patreon, would you rather be able to explore all of the ocean floor or explore space? You will be safe and you will be able to breathe in both environments.
This is a question for people?
Space?
How are you not?
Yeah.
Look, okay.
Lay up.
All right, let's play devil's advocate here for Neil, because they always talk about how the ocean is actually the last frontier of we have no idea what's going on down there, and the deeper we
It's
go,
the second to last frontier, Mike, because space is literally the final frontier.
Right. There's a show all about that.
So, I mean,
Space,
I
the
feel like-
final frontier.
look, that's a fictional show, number one. So
these
I'm
are
not-
the voyages of the submarine Enterprise.
I'm not taking my facts from a science fiction television show.
Well,
The question is, like, you hear about how we've actually explored kind of more space than underwater. I've heard that. I guess I can't say for sure that is true, but I know that the deeper we go, the crazier stuff that we find down there.
so
Oh,
here's-
it would be amazing to be able to see and explore the ocean's depths because we've never done it. It
You've
has not
seen
been
an
seen.
anglerfish? They're like the ones with the lights that hang over their heads to trick other
Yeah,
fish
but-
into swimming into their mouths.
yes, I've
Space
seen
is
Finding
amazing.
Nemo. I mean, come on. Everyone's seen Finding Nemo, Mike. No, here's the deal.
I don't get my facts from
I don't get my facts from a fictional movie. He gets it from the documentary Finding Nemo. No, here's the truth. I started thinking about this, right? Because you're right, and it is completely up. Of course, everyone's going to pick space, except that's the wrong pick. It is 100% the wrong pick. This doesn't come with a warp drive. You're safe out there. You can go
Wait,
out. I'm just
I
saying.
can explore it.
I have to walk to the moon.
I'm not floating out there.
You're going look.
Yes, if I have to walk to the moon, Jason, I'm going to take the ocean.
Well, I'm just saying there's so much space. You know
Agreed.
what I mean? In space.
There's a lot of space in space.
To steal a line from Dave Matthews, the space between.
Oh, that was like your scat.
Yeah, also great. The reality is, it's gonna be boring. I think. I mean, okay, let's say you get to the moon. You get to Mars. Walk around Mars.
Look,
Okay,
It's novel. You're on this red planet.
I'm the
Nobody's been
first
there.
person on
You're
Mars.
the first
Yes,
person. It's so cool.
that's right.
Walk around and explore all the divots and all the dirt. And just, oh my goodness, this is so red. And I mean, now go where there's a place teeming with life.
that
and
could kill you.
No, you're safe. This
Oh,
is
that's
the question.
true.
You are
If you're
because
safe,
otherwise,
I'm scooching over to Jupiter. I'm sliding down to Neptune and beyond, baby.
enjoy
safe.
your vast nothingness. The ocean will be a whole new world that you can explore where things are happening around you and changing. And that's not happening in space. Like on a grand scale, of course, everything is happening and changing. But like you're not, you're not.
So this big devil's advocate argument, is this your vote then? Are you
Yeah, I'm
sticking
taking-
by all this?
I am
Okay.
going to take underwater.
Yeah,
I'm with
I'll
Jason
take
on
out.
this one.
I'll take
What?
because Al said good luck finding a sunken pirate treasure in space.
Okay, guys, let me ask you this.
That's a
I'm taking
solid point, Al.
space.
Let me ask you this. Who's the first person who landed on the moon? Who's the first person to touch the moon?
Herbert Hoover.
I'm asking, like, I'm proving a point here. Who is the
Okay.
first person that touched the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
Who is the person who has gone the deepest in the ocean?
James Cameron.
Well, okay, but that's
No,
like
I know the answer. It's James Cameron.
I think that's a bad argument.
Why is that a bad argument? I knew the answer.
No.
It's-
And not you, Jason. I said that's a bad question because that. I mean, sure,
It's not James
you could
Cameron,
be.
by the
It's
way.
like saying,
It
how
was
do you want to
James
be
Cameron
famous?
when he did it. So
Yeah, and then someone else has gone deeper, and you don't know who it is.
that's because James Cameron is
He made Terminator.
he's a leader of men.
Mike is
Okay.
always about that glory. I'm just looking to
Yes, I am.
explore something cool, and space is very unexplored and cool. So I'm going to vote space. Jason and Al go.
I don't
bottom,
really go water.
Dark
I don't really
bottom
go.
of the sea. You don't really go.
I don't
Okay.
really go water.
Yeah, I hope you have some good lights out there.
Because the thing is like we've seen it, and I know that we haven't explored the true depths, but we've seen it. We have seen up close and personal nothing in the galaxy in reality. So
Also, let me
I
point
tried
this
my
out.
best.
You know what's down there? Giant, hideous monsters that are trying to murder you.
but you're safe in this question.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
oh.
You are safe. And
Otherwise,
I think
there's no debate.
I think we know that there's not a lot going on down there. Like maybe there's some stuff we don't know, but the further down people
there's
go, the
plenty.
smaller these things are getting.
No,
just
there's
little
plenty going on.
bioluminescent butt hairs down
Someone's
there.
never seen the abyss.
Yes,
Because-
giant squids.
Another documentary from a movie?
Yes.
What on earth?
The documentary The Abyss taught me a lot about what's at the bottom of the sea, and it
Here's-
might surprise you.
I love movies, but as someone who has seen a lot of them, it does become very blurry at a point. The things where I remember them as factual information, and only until I go, oh wait, I saw that in a movie.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah,
no
and-
idea
and-
if that's true or not.
And here's the thing. What is deep down there in the abyss? I just want to remind you all, also directed by James Cameron, my man James Cameron.
All right, Colin from the website. Would you rather add Mick to the beginning of your last name or add Worth to the end of it?
McMorworth?
Okay, so this is
So either McWright or Wrightworth,
Ooh,
McMore
right.
or Moreworth.
where is Worth from? What country of origin are we talking about here?
America.
It's not America. I mean,
It is now. It's
no,
worth
it's
some.
it's definitely some. It's got to be European.
I think it's
assuming.
probably. I mean, it sounds like, it'd come from British royalty or something.
That's what it feels like.
Mick Holloway or
I
Hollowworth.
feel like your guys are very easy because Hollowayworth doesn't work.
No, it does not.
And maybe
It does not.
maybe you append that it's Hollowworth. But McHolloway, I don't know. That sounds like
Is this
that's-
question asking if we should become Irish?
Yes, I mean, well, yes. First off, but also, I mean, it's like, what sounds cooler to you? You got to change your last name. What sounds cooler to you?
Dude, McMore is awesome.
Mick Moore is very cool.
I got the alliteration.
I will jump
there.
Is that
in.
better though than Mooresworth? Yes, it is.
Yeah, Moreworth.
Wrightsworth, Mr. Wrightsworth.
I think Wrightworth is the way that you go because McWright sounds McWrong, but Wrightworth.
I kind of like it.
Dr. Wrightworth, paging Dr. Wrightworth.
Oh man, you sound
Paging
so valuable.
Dr.
You are-
McWright.
You have worth, and you are correct.
Here's the problem. The only worth I can think of is Mr. Ducksworth.
I know from
Mrs. Butters.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm with it. I'm with
Yeah,
it.
Mrs. Buttersworth.
the problem with the Mick is
Quack,
that
quack,
even
quack,
though
Mr. Ducksworth.
even though we say it's associated with, like for us, it might be more associated with like a McMuffin.
Did Mrs. Buttersworth marry the duck? Is that how she got this name? I'm just wondering. Like, this could be a couple. This could, hiding it. But I don't know. I'll have to look into that.
Yes, I don't feel educated enough to give a proper response here.
Well, you just pick what you prefer. I pick McMore.
I like McWright. I'm
I
about
have to
it,
go
but,
Mick Holloway.
but here's the thing. Like I said that all I can think of is Ducksworth. All I can
It's
think
because
of
it
is
comes from a
McDuck.
movie.
No, it's Scrooge.
Oh,
McDuck.
from Scrooge McDuck.
Everything comes back to Duck.
Everything. Well, most things in life come back to ducks. Yes. Oh my gosh. All right, Al. Should we do another Would You Rather, or should we move on to life advice? What do you think?
Let's do one more.
All right, Whitney from Patreon. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home,
Oh no.
or an RV as your
Oh
home?
no.
All
right. Well, I'll have to bow out of this one, fellas, because would you rather spend the rest of your life horrifically seasick every single day, or be in a BARV just driving around being awesome?
So you like RVs?
Look, the fact that like, where am I going to sleep tonight? Oh yeah, wherever I want to.
No, you're going to sleep on that tiny bed that's at top, that pulls down in your RV. Like,
Sure.
My father had an RV for a little while, and man, I couldn't imagine living in it. It's so small. Whereas on a boat, obviously just as small, but
On
at
a
least there-
sailboat, this is not a yacht.
Well, no, there's large sailboats. I'm going to say that the living quarters are equal size here.
But you can walk out on the deck and you've got everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason when I'm on a boat. I don't feel like the reason on an RV is like, I could drive my house.
I will
down the
die.
street.
I'll die on that boat. Like the odds of me surviving
You guys are insane.
on a boat.
Okay, I wake up in an RV and it's, where am I going to go today? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to drive through Oklahoma, maybe head down to Florida. I don't know. And your guys on the sailboat, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to look at more ocean.
No, because
Are
you're
you
not-
driving that RV to Hawaii, Mike?
Oh, I'm
Are
sorry.
you taking a
I can't-
sailboat to Hawaii?
Yes, I am.
But
We're
you're on the
dead.
sailboat. You don't get to go to Hawaii because you're on the sailboat.
That's true. I do have to stay there.
It's just your home. You
Yeah,
don't have
it's
to
just-
stay in your home.
Right. You're that's just where you sleep. So here's the thing, Mike, is
Okay.
like, if we had either of these as our home, those are our home. We get used to them. The novelty wears off. You are in an RV where you're not going to be like, I want to go to Oklahoma, because who would want to do that? But on a sailboat, I can go up the coast and have an incredible view and go from port
Theoretically,
town
Jason,
to port town on
which-
weekends.
Which one is the port and which one is the starboard, Jason? Let's test your basic naval education.
Look, starboard is going to be to the right and port is going to be to the left if I'm looking at the steering wheel.
Dang it. That was the correct. You had a 50-50 shot.
I had a 50-50 shot, and I
you got
nailed it.
picked.
Say it with conviction.
Darn right. Of course I knew that.
I'm going to go sailboat. That's my final answer. I think it'd be.
Guys, you have to know how to sail.
I think
Well,
that
I think
comes,
it's
there's a
implied. It's
manual. They
implied.
give you
A
a little
manual?
walkthrough. Yeah,
You
they're
can-
like, pull this
Autopilot.
thing here.
It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla sailboat.
Oh, Tesla makes sailboats. I'm in. I am
Well,
in
then
on.
I'm in on the sailboat because the car, the boat just goes wherever I tell it
There's
to go.
not enough Dramamine in the world for you to be in on the sailboat, Mike.
Ah, you guys are the worst.
I'm taking the boat.
I'll be in my RV just chugging along.
All right, let's give some advice.
Spitballers to the rescue.
RVs just seem like a lot of work.
Yeah,
Like,
but I know I
don't want to drive a giant thing on the road. I don't want to have to find a place to park it.
I agree. I am not like I'm a good driver of my small car.
Yeah.
When the larger the vehicle gets, the harder the driving gets, the harder the parking gets. I don't know if I'm up to driving an RV, but 100%, like right now, you drop me on a sailboat, I can't do anything.
Yeah,
that becomes a sail float.
Yes. Yeah.
when I get a sailboat, the
We
first
live
thing I
here
do
now.
is I buy an engine and I turn that thing into a speedboat because I can drive that.
Maybe you just put some sails on an RV. That's another option. All right, Connor from the website. I have a friend that started dating his girlfriend 4 years ago. They're both 19 now. While he was dating this girl.
Oh, come on. No. Okay.
His father met and started dating his girlfriend's mom.
Oh, snap.
What would you do if you were in that situation? Would you keep dating your potential future stepsister?
Yes. Oh, this is a great.
That is that is unfortunate. But
look, shame on your look. I get that. I get that your father and whatever. Like the situation, it's probably a little dire because if you're 19, that mean and your father is looking for love in this life. But come on, man, you can't do that.
this is totally normal if you
it.
just don't have the stepsister part in your brain.
What do
right?
you mean? What? No. But that's that you can't remove that. That's there.
But that's a cool novelty trick.
She's my sister.
Did you just say it's cool?
Yes. Because there's nothing wrong with it. There
really is nothing wrong with it.
I'm
nothing.
It's not. They're not blood relatives.
They're not blood relatives.
Tiger King would do it.
They are step relatives, Jason.
But they're post step relatives. They're not step relatives from the get-go. He didn't meet his stepsister and be like, "Hey, you're looking fine." They were dating for 4 years. You can't get in the way of the love of your father, and you're not going to leave because of a novelty trick. Imagine when you're doing the 2 truths and 1 lie thing at your work event. I married my stepsister. Boom.
Imagine getting fired on the spot.
And lost my job.
You did
told
what
him I married my stepsister, lost a lot of respect. And a J.O.B.
That is, I mean, this situation is ridiculous.
This has to have happened.
Oh,
it has to
like
happen.
many times.
Because if I'm a father, right, and I I go to work, there's no one there, and in my circle of life, I'm not in school, I'm not in college, I'm not going out to
it's
wherever
hard to meet
you're
people.
meeting. Yeah, you might not have someone to meet. All of a sudden, you meet the mother of your son's girlfriend, and you hit it off.
She's a nice lady,
single, and you're single, and all of a sudden, love happens. Why do you get in the way of love, Mike? Why do you hate love? Tell me, Mike. That's
honestly,
the question.
good question.
Why do you hate love?
Look, this is not a matter of hating love. This is a matter of finders keepers. I was here first.
So then the son needs to say, "Dad, you're out."
Yeah. Look,
it's
the
first one married. First one to get married wins. The other one has to back out.
Oh, yeah.
The other one has to get out.
You got to flip it. Are you? Wait, hold on. But what's the relationship? Hold on, we got to break this down. So
you're married. No, you're just marrying your mother-in-law. That's not a big.
But
your
it's
dad's marrying
no.
your mother-in-law.
Yeah,
That's not a big
they're
deal.
not actually
This is the
related.
solution. I've got the solution.
You marry the mother?
No, the kids
This
get
is
married
awful.
first. The kids get married first because that's not your stepsister.
Right.
You're not marrying
Right.
your stepsister.
Okay.
And then afterwards, the grown-ups get married because the grown-up can say, "I married my father, my son's mother-in-law." That
Making
sounds
the daughter
totally-
the stepsister.
No,
at that
but you
point.
didn't marry the stepsister.
That's true. It would be 1 point of deniability on this
Exactly.
twisted, messed up
I
situation.
did not marry my stepsister. I mean, what happens, Mike? What happens? Let's say you get married, and you're married to this woman, right?
All right.
You, Mike, are married to your wife, and all of a sudden, 10 years from now, all of a sudden, tragedies happen,
Yeah,
and love strikes,
I'm
and your
following.
father and her mother get married. Now you're married to your stepsister, but you did nothing wrong, and love should prevail.
No.
Can we
It's a
not?
divorce.
No.
Can we not give advice? Is that an option here, Al?
I gave the best advice. Kids marry first. Parents marry second.
Jason
No,
Mike went finders keepers.
Parents don't get to marry.
I think it's a race. Whoever got married first, the other has to back out and run away.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
yeah.
with that.
All right. Chris from the website has hopefully an easier question. I worked at the same time.
I work out at the same time.
I work out at the same time at the same gym every day. Sorry. After my workout, I shower and head back to my locker.
This is not good. This is not trending.
No, you never want locker room workout stories.
Roughly half the time, I'm greeted by the very same elderly naked man that wants to chat, seemingly oblivious to the awkwardness. But he seems like a smart guy with some great stories. What is the best way to soak up some ageless wisdom but minimize the amount of time spent conversing with an old naked man?
Oh, Chris. I think we've all been there. Have we all been there?
Look, 1,000%.
I have never been there.
Okay, then you've clearly never experienced.
He's never been to a public gym. That's
You've
what he
never
just
been
said.
to a
I've
public
never
gym.
been to a.
I've never been to a public gym. No.
Exactly.
That's exactly our
So
point.
being part of a public gym requires this experience?
No. It does not require. It's just part of the experience. One thing, like you can have a list of things you know for sure about elderly men, and on that list is they have no shame walking around a public gym locker room with nothing on below the waist. Oh, they'll happily wear a T-shirt. Like they will Donald Duck this situation. They'll Donald Duck, or they will go full nude.
True. It's
They don't
true.
care because like
You're
had
old and you don't care.
I've had the gym memberships.
I left my towel in the sauna. Let me go get it.
I've had the gym memberships. I've been in the locker room, and it is.
But now, here's the thing.
It is
Here's the thing.
rough.
I have not really conversed. I've not. I mean, you do
That's-
the keep to yourself. So this is taking it to
This is
another
a
level.
smart guy.
This
And
is
he's got
layers
great
deep.
stories.
He's got
Have you
great
ever-
stories
Jason?
and wisdom. He's got wisdom.
Okay, so I'll
In
pose
those
it to
wrinkles.
you, Jason, because I can say that I've never experienced it. I've never had said dangly man trying to converse with me in the gym locker room. Have you ever experienced that?
I've had passing words, more like casual greetings, like, "Hey, how's it going?" Those type of things. Look, I would say.
Do you deepen your voice a little bit to get through it?
No, that was him. That was.
I thought that
mine's
was you. Like,
my response is a head nod. My response is a head nod. It's one of those.
Oh, you're
social,
naked,
like,
are you?
Look. I have responded acceptably to your "how's it going" comment with a head nod. My head nod and my silence says, "Not here for the chat." Look, I would say the low-hanging fruit here, and I would say the low-hanging fruit here is you get ready towards your locker. You do that, but you continue to converse because you want to hear these great stories from this wise man. But if you are talking and your back is to them, you're not rude. If your back is to them and you're not talking, it's rude. So
how naked are you?
No, you're a
What?
Look, you're
I'm
a middle-aged guy.
decent man.
Yeah, I got my towel on.
I will shower in my underpants.
I'm putting my boxers on under the towel.
Wait, have you done that, Mike?
I've never showered in a public gym.
Oh,
And
you
like,
haven't?
Look, I
You
have
skip the old shower.
and no judgment, no shame on those who have to do it.
I've done it 100 times. I've done it 100 times.
Are you
I've
the
been-
old man in this story, Jason?
The low-hanging fruit.
You're the old man that's
Look,
giving out
I've got
wisdom.
great stories.
Let me
My
tell you.
stories are great. Hey,
Look,
come on
Sonny,
over here.
I've got some stock tips for you. How do you not listen? If an old guy
Oh,
is trying to give you stock tips, how do you not listen even though you can't look at him?
Oh, man.
what's the best way to
just
soak
take
up
the
some
stock
ageless
tip.
wisdom? Yeah.
I say you talk with your back to the man.
I skip the wisdom.
You skip the wisdom. I say you converse with your back to him, get ready, and leave.
Oh, just the stock tip.
All right. Nick from Twitter. I've been dating my girlfriend for almost a year and have never addressed her parents by any sort of name.
Oh,
Mr. and Mrs. feels too formal. Addressing them by first names seems disrespectful. What should I do? Also, what do I call her aunts, uncles, and grandparents? This one's easy.
How have you been dating someone for a year and you've never addressed their parents?
Well, it's the fear. They don't know. This is why they come to us for advice.
So you
Because
just say,
they
like,
are
when they talk to you, go, hey.
They don't want to be too casual or too formal. So
Always-
instead, they've looked like an idiot the whole time.
Hey,
Sorry,
you.
Nick.
Hey, you. That's what you go with.
Oh, hey, there you are.
This is based on relationships. First of all, you throw out the aunts, uncles, grandparents.
They're
Those
just
are-
first name.
Those are just first names.
Yeah.
Those are they might as well be strangers.
Okay,
on the
great,
street.
great.
The
But
parent,
let's-
you just let them correct the formal. That's what I do. Let them correct the formal. Start
Oh,
with,
that's good.
you just say, Mr. Moore. No, do you call me?
Mr. Moore's my dad. Call
call
me
me
Oh, so
Jason.
you start at the very formal.
That's what I mean. You start at
Okay.
formal because it's perceived as respect. You start at informal can be perceived as disrespect. And if they don't want you to be formal, they'll just correct you one time and bing, bang, boom.
Let me ask
With
you
wh-
guys this, and this is like everyone is very different. Everyone has a different answer, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. When kids are talking to you, do you like being called like Mr. Holloway, or are you fine with Andy when a kid talks
I
to you?
am
Jason,
totally-
same question for you.
I am 100. Oh, I didn't realize this was just for Andy. I'm so excited to answer the question.
Well, you started butting in before I could finish my question.
Well, because I love the question, and I'm 100% fine with either. But when a kid addresses me as Mr. Moore or even Mr. Jason,
Oh, my father's Mr. Moore. Do you give him that one?
oh no, I love it. I just honestly, the kids that I know that have done that,
I'm important.
they're actually really no. It's not about me. It's about the kid. Like I don't feel like I'm something fancy and they think I'm Mr. Moore now. It's like that is a really respectful kid who and every kid that I've ever known that has called me Mr. Moore, because there's not been a bunch.
All
They've
right.
got good parents, so I'm all
Okay,
about that
okay.
kid.
It
kid
does
using the
reflect
formal.
well on,
Did
the,
you do
on the
it?
kid, just like it would reflect well on the boyfriend.
Did you do it, Jason? Were
I called
grown-ups-
every single kid, every single grown up.
Really?
Was Mr. or Mrs.
I called all the grown-ups by their first name, including teachers
I did too.
who didn't like it. But-
Teachers?
Oh, Kim.
Oh no,
was,
not in a school situation.
Kim-
In a school situation, it was Mr. or Mrs. Depending on
Not
their
one
name.
time did I call a teacher by first name.
No,
I honestly don't
I didn't
know.
do that either.
I honestly, my high school, I think I had her 2 different years for 2 different English classes. Kim, I don't remember her last name. I don't remember. She was wonderful, great teacher, and
This is your stepsister?
and and so I like that. Here's my tip, because you're right, Andy. You start with formal. You start with formal because if they correct your informal, they are saying that you are being rude.
Oh, that's trouble.
if they correct your formal, they're saying, "Hey, I love you."
Yeah.
But here's the way: if you want to go with the first name, you do it with the hug. If it's Kim, you say, "Oh, nice to see you, Kim," and you embrace.
Hold
You
on,
give a
okay.
Is that
hug.
what you did
Okay.
with the teacher?
Okay. Okay, well that's a whole different.
No, I did not hug.
All right.
any-
Okay, but what kind of hug do you? Okay, you are the one who is opening up to the hug. Is this? I'm going.
This is full bear hug.
I am my bird wings are spread. I got
Yes.
2 hands. Or are you offering hip and one arm?
No,
And for
because
the
that can be
side hug?
rejected. The side hug is easily rejected.
So you're suggesting we don't social distance anymore. That's what you're suggesting.
well, I mean, yeah. As life
Cool.
moves on, a
Cool.
nice big bear hug is great. I mean, you
All
can give
right.
it. How about this? How about get up and hug your laptop on your Zoom screen and say, "It's so nice to see you, Kim."
You saying it, I'm not a part of you calling your teacher Kim. I don't know Kim, and I feel awkward with you doing it.
I do too. It's
Kim,
Yes, it's triggering
feels-
something deep inside.
It feels like you are betraying the organic relationship between child and adult.
I wish I could remember her last. Kim, if you're out there and you're listening,
Oh my gosh.
find a
Kim.
way to contact me, because I
Kim,
don't
if
remember
you're
your
out there.
last name. But you are a great teacher. You once sent me
Oh,
to detention
goodness.
for a very awkward moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember
I
that.
remember
That's
you've
a
shared
good
that
story.
story.
That's not on here.
Al, should we get into the draft or we got time for another?
Let's get into the draft.
All right, let's do it.
The Spitballers Draft.
Oh, it's just so much easier to
man.
just start formal. You're so respectful then. Think about how Jason feels. That's how you make them feel.
That's
That's how you
actually
make them feel.
really good point. So for you guys to answer the question, do you feel that too? Do you feel like if a child comes up and says Mr. Wright, Mr. Holloway, do you feel like good, like they're respectful and they look at you?
I feel a little bit weird.
I've
really,
never had a kid do it ever.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's not true. That's
they
not
don't
true.
respect you.
I've had
get
a
it.
couple.
It makes
I've
me
had a
feel
couple.
old. It makes me feel like I want
Yeah.
to drop the no. My father is Mr. Right.
I
Even
will
though
say
my
this.
father was never that.
Here's the truth. For the last 5 or 10 years, I really like it. 10 years from now, when I'm actually getting into my older years, I probably won't like being called Mr. Because
It'll
it
be
implies
Papa.
old instead of implying respect.
Does it make a
Interesting.
difference if it's Mr. Jason or Mr. Moore?
Mr.
No.
Jason's
my kid
the
calls you guys
informal.
Mr. Mike and Mr. Andy and Mr. Jason.
Yeah, and
That's nice.
It's
That's
fine.
nice.
Like I'm not gonna change a way that a parent wants their child to call me. Like that doesn't bother me. But I won't.
Do you teach your
Correct
kids to
any
do
kid.
that? Do you teach your kids to address other kids' parents? with
my kids are like, hey bro. That's how my kids do.
I have such respect for the parents who teach their kids that. And you asked that question, Andy, and I just realized I've never taught. I have no respect for myself as a parent. I have not taught my kids to do that. I should. Thank you. I'm going to make a note here. Teach my children respect.
It's funny how there are things that we think we would like our kids to do, but we don't think about like making them do it. Because you just said how it made you feel. And obviously the kids could do it, and that would be a form of respect, but I don't think I've ever taught that. It's different now, though. It's
Those
different than it
little
was
turds got bad parents.
20 years ago.
There you go.
All right, we are drafting favorite fictional sports characters. So we're picking movie characters from sports movies, our favorite fictional sports characters. This was a suggestion from, well, someone out there. I don't remember who.
It's a
Maybe
good
Twitter.
suggestion.
It could have been Twitter. It
I,
was a good idea.
I have.
I just like that you brought it up and you clearly had
I know.
nothing
I had no
close
idea.
to an
Well,
answer.
I wanted people to understand that we take their ideas. Like, we don't just come up with
We
ideas.
do.
For my first pick, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I have no list of players.
So
I think
Jason
this
has
is
the
good.
first pick
I
after that
have,
sensational scat.
yeah, I have a huge list of. I mean, apparently, I love sports
Tanner
movies.
Coe. Tanner Coe
Oh, Tanner,
came up
like
with the idea.
Tanner Company?
Yeah, it was
Maybe.
the Tanner Company.
Yeah. All right,
they
go
make
on.
the beds
Ooh,
that.
big Tanner.
Yeah, they make you.
Tanneries are really taking off. I've got most of my stocks in tanneries.
I have ordered a tanning bed because
Okay.
I hear those are really good.
They're the
for
same
your-
thing.
Good for
They're
your health.
totally the same as. Yep. All right.
All
So
right.
favorite
Is tanning
fictional
a hide.
as tanning a hide. They're identical.
Yes.
Which you couldn't do because you couldn't get the hide off of the meat. We already
No.
established that.
Oh no.
Okay.
So Jason, you get the first pick.
There are so many that I want here. I regret having the first pick. I wish I had like the third. Mike, I think you've got the best spot because you could.
I'm pretty
There's-
happy with my
There's
position.
a run of characters that I really want. One specifically that I'll be so upset if you get. But
I
at
know
the
who
top-
that is.
Yeah, shoot.
Don't make the wrong pick, Jay.
I mean, look, at the top, I think that there's an obvious pick, and I feel obligated to take it.
Well, no. Jason,
no,
take
I
your
do. Look,
favorite.
Look, I
Is
love
he
this
really?
character.
Is he or
He's-
she really your favorite,
He is not my 101
or
favorite.
it?
He or she or it is not my 101 favorite. So no. However, you still have to play the game. You have to play the game because I know that some of these guys can get back to me. This one won't. And I do really love the Rocky movies. So I think when I look here, I'm going to take Rocky. I'm going to take one of the most iconic sport. How many fake made up characters have a real life statue?
Yeah, he's on the list. Let me ask you guys this, and I will reveal. For me, Jason, you just selected Rocky as your first favorite fictional sports character. How many of the Rocky movies have you seen?
Oh.
Also, how many Rocky movies are there?
I've seen all the Rocky movies.
How many are there?
So let's see. I think they made
Port or starboard? Now.
no. This isn't a 50-50 because there were a lot of them. The first three were excellent. I think they made.
I'm not going to count Apollos.
I remember 4, 5, and 6, and then I think they made a weird 7th movie that was not. It was kind of like Indiana Jones 4, and then of course the Creeds, the Apollo movies.
Yeah.
So how'd I do, Mike?
I will tell you the truth. I don't know.
No, I love.
So you're
I
taking
love the
Rocky
movies.
Balboa,
Yeah,
which is obviously
Rocky
an
won
iconic
Best
and great
Picture.
pick. Yeah.
Wait, is that true?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it did.
It did?
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Wow, what a bunch of crappy movies came out that year.
We're picking favorites. We're not picking like my 4 guys have to play a game against your 4 guys or something like that.
That is correct.
We're picking favorites. So the problem is Mike here, because Mike owns in on certain very specific characters.
That
so
is
it's killing me
true.
a little bit, but I'm going to
That's
get
true.
All right. I'm just going to go with my favorite.
I have to interrupt you real quick because I just want to keep myself honest. It looks like I was 1 off. So
Is there 8?
The other
there's only
direction.
6.
There were the original 5, and then they
And
made
then
a weird
Rocky.
6th. Yeah, the Rocky Balboa, and then the Creeds. Okay, go on, Andy. What's your pick?
I am going to go with
at the number 2 spot, already tilting.
You know what? I'm going to change because I think the other guy's going to come back to me. I'm going to go with Gordon Bombay, head coach of the Mighty Ducks.
He's
as
on
one of
my
list. Favorite
He
characters.
is
I'm worried about him getting through Mike, so I'm going to go Gordon Bombay, head coach of the Mighty Ducks.
Well,
That's a fictional coach.
let me
of
put
the
you
90s.
at ease. He was not in my top 2, so he would have
That
made it back to you.
That doesn't
does
put him
not
at ease.
Put me at ease at all. That makes me
I
sad.
apologize.
Dang it.
He was trying to put you at ease here. Oh man.
Al Borland says that was a great pick, so he
Oh
loves
no,
it.
but it's a great pick. He's on my list. Like, I mean,
All right.
he might be top 3.
I think
but
my other will get back to me. So you got 2.
So number 1,
this is where I'm scared.
I draft this movie every single time I get a chance. I will take Happy Gilmore with my first pick
I
because
assumed.
he is the best.
And I'm fine with that, and you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
He's my favorite fictional sports character. Now it gets a lot tougher because there are many guys.
There's one I have to have.
Look, here's
not
the
getting it,
problem,
Jason.
No, here's the problem. I know who it is. I know 100% who it is. And I look, Jason, I'm going to DM you right now.
Okay, all right.
Or actually, no, I don't even need to do that because I'll just say like this person is above the law. That's all I will say about this person.
He's on my list, but that is not the one.
Oh, okay. All
right, Mike, you have taken Happy Gilmore.
I will take the player, the person that I wanted to be my whole life, and this movie is still sensational. I will take Henry Rowan Gardner from Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Where you get the superpower.
Yes, I am a child. Some freak accident happens, and somehow I get a superpowered arm, and now I'm pitching in Major League Baseball at the age of 12 or whatever, how old he is.
All right, I am going to go with Show Me the Money.
Oh, it's good. I love it.
Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire.
So
The
I know
fictional
Jason wants it, but he's
Cardinals
not even on my
player
list.
from one of the greatest sports movies ever in Jerry Maguire. So Rod Tidwell. It helps that he was also in like a fictional Cardinal universe.
That has to weigh in.
Because that does
for
weigh in.
sure.
But he is one of the most iconic sports movie characters of all time. So I'm very happy to have Gordon Bombay and Rod Tidwell.
I would not have drafted Tidwell this draft, but he had to be on my list because as an honorary member, the fact that he was a Cardinal and in one of probably my top 10 favorite movies of all time, I think Jerry Maguire is a masterpiece. I really do.
It's a great movie.
And that movie had so many lines. Show me the money. Oh, this is great. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm here, and here's the pick I didn't want you to take. And I was happy when you took Happy Gilmore because I thought it would preclude you from taking his best sports character of the sport we love.
Come on.
Bobby Boucher.
Are you kidding
The
me?
Water Boy is the best Sports character. I almost took him with the 101. Here I am in the second round.
You are sitting here in front of God and country proclaiming Bobby Boucher is a better character than Happy Gilmore.
Bobby Boucher.
I think you're both crazy to pick a comedy character. Well, no, I went with Gordon Bombay. Go on. But
look,
mine's inspirational.
Yours is inspirational.
Comedy.
No, the Waterboy. Look, first it's football, right, versus golf. Which movie?
He's
is
a hockey
better?
player, Jason.
Sure, okay, he's a hockey player. Same thing. I don't care. Football. But the Waterboy character is so good, and see, that's who I wanted to be. You wanted to be the Rookie of the Year.
I never
Watch
loved
it again.
Waterboy.
But
Rookie of the Year. Watch it again. The problem is, like, me drafting Henry is just I wanted to be. He's not the best character in the movie. The best character in the movie is Daniel Stern. I don't even know the guy's name.
All right, so for my second pick, Andy's going to love this based on the fact that he was like, "Oh, you guys are picking comedy, guys," because Ricky Bobby,
he's on my list.
Absolutely, I mean,
he is on my list.
When you talk about great comedic, sport athletes and movies,
that movie is great.
Happy Gilmore, Waterboy, Ricky Bobby. Those, that's the trifecta at the top. So now I've got Rocky. This is why I played the game. I played the game because I wanted someone so serious, so inspirational, so world-changing. And I've got that. And so now that's out of the way. Now I can go with my loves. So Ricky Bobby and the Waterboy. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Point of clarity, we made sure before this draft that we were drafting fictional sports characters.
Yeah,
we're
Babe
not picking.
Ruth is out
otherwise,
of it.
like I'd be taking Michael Jordan from Space Jam or something, or we'd be taking Rudy. Rudy was a real character. We brought up some of these other ones.
We have seen the damage that Michael Jordan does to drafts.
Yeah,
like you draft Michael Jordan.
Oh, I thought about it.
And he's the December of months.
Just shut the draft down because it's over.
Yeah. So so it's back to me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Daniel LaRusso from Karate Kid.
Okay, all right. The Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah, that's what you want to call him.
That throws a wrench in my plan here at the turn.
Because you were going...
Because now I'm the follower, and I was going to take the other character.
Yeah. Wait, which one? Because...
Miyagi.
Okay, that's who was on my list. I didn't know
I wanted
if you had
Miyagi.
the
100% I wanted Miyagi.
Yeah, you could try to, take the second option. That's cool.
Yeah, the Karate Kid...
Have you watched the movie?
He's kind of a loser.
Daniel's he's kind of
of course I've watched the movie.
He's a whiny little baby boy.
It's where you end up. And when you end up as the inspiring character. Look, Rocky had his ups and downs too. It's where you end up in that last crescendo of music.
Rocky lost at the end of Rocky 1 for the reminder. So,
that's true. If he dies.
So I'm taking the Karate Kid as my third
All
pick.
right. Well, that throws a wrench in the old plan here, so we will have to pivot a little bit. But we are taking our favorite fictional sports characters. So with my first pick, I will take White Goodman.
Oh, yes, that's so good. It's on my list. So
I will take White Goodman from
I hate
Dodgeball.
He's so funny.
Because he is simply the best. Now, here is where I am in quite the pickle because I have I have three characters here. Oh my gosh. Andy, you put me in a really bad position here.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Going with this. Well, I mean, you put me in a better position for the drafts because you took the inferior character from the Karate Kid.
Sure.
You can still take him, man.
I'm not, but I don't. All right, I will take. Oh, and here's my other. So I'm not trying to stall, but here's the third problem is one of my characters that I want to take. I had to look up his name because I don't know the name of the movie character, even though I could say the actor in the movie, and you guys will go, "Oh yes, that is a great pick."
I have one on my list that is the same thing. I wanted that character. That character meant a lot to me growing up, and yet I couldn't remember the character's name. And
you know the actor in the movie.
Oh, absolutely. And when I wrote it down, I'm like, I can't pick him because when I say the name to you guys will say who, and everybody would say who because I don't recognize the name at all. And I watched this movie like I don't know, 15 times. When
I
was a
take
kid,
it
and I
back.
shouldn't have.
Two of the 3 characters I want to draft have terrible. I've just figured out how to change this. I will draft Teen Wolf. I'm not drafting his real name. I will take Teen Wolf.
All right, okay. Basketball superstar.
Because apparently his name is Scott Howard, which no one remembers that his name is Scott.
No,
he is the Teen Wolf.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I drafted Karate Kid. I mean,
well, no, we all know. We know Daniel's son.
but I'm just saying the same.
We know Daniel's son, but we don't know what's his Daniel
LaRusso.
I wouldn't have remembered
I think
Daniel
I knew
LaRusso.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Teen Wolf, baby. Let's go.
You can take Teen Wolf. I took the Karate Kid, and now it's back to me.
Yes.
And I will, because you have forced my hand. Apparently, you all grew up in love with the comedy characters, not the walk-off home run characters. So I have to compete with you, which means I have to take Shooter McGavin.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
good.
going right
all right
after Happy Gilmore in this one.
You should have taken Mr. Miyagi, Mike. Your two teams could just split the votes between Karate Kid and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, so I'll go Shooter McGavin from
it's-
Happy Gilmore.
It's solid.
I wish we
such
went
a-
like 4 more rounds on this.
They made such a wonderful,
let me ask you this.
enemy for Happy Gilmore.
Let me ask you guys this. What's that actor's name?
Oh, who knows? I have
Shooter
no idea.
McGavin.
Yes, that's right. The actor's name is Shooter McGavin.
And he's like a super well-known, famous actor. He's in tons of movies.
That's on his IMDb though. Or like
His
real
name is Shooter McGavin.
When you watch a movie and you watch the credits at the end,
Oh,
you're
that's
like,
Shooter.
oh, there's
Shooter.
Shooter McGavin on the credits.
That tells you made a good character.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was great. All right, so look, I'm sitting here as the happiest little boy that I could ever be because I pretty much got, if not my, I mean, I might have got my top 4. I think I'm getting my top 4. Here's the name that I had no idea. Do either of you know who Billy Hoyle is? Yeah, that's the response I expected. But Woody Harrelson from White Men Can't Jump, the character there was great, but I didn't remember Billy
All
Hoyle.
right.
All right, so I'm the last pick. Is this correct?
That is correct.
The draft is over here. I already know who I'm taking. So I'm going to roll through some names on my list that I'm not taking. Willie Beeman. You got Jamie Foxx from Any Given Sunday. Was
Okay.
great. Benny the Jet from Sandlot. You know,
he's not the good character.
yeah, it's hard to pick a Sandlot character.
I know
that was
because
tough.
they're all good. But you know, he's
it's the catcher, whatever his name is.
Ham.
Ham.
Yes,
he's the
exactly.
best one in the movie.
Is he
Dottie.
testing picks out right now? Is that what he's doing?
No. I know my pick for sure. Dottie
Uh-huh,
Henson.
uh-huh.
I'm taking our listeners through a sports history fake lesson here. Dottie Henson, A League of Their Own. Although, wait,
Yeah.
was she real? I can't remember if that.
I don't think
had,
so. No,
It was
Yeah.
based on a true story.
Yeah, you could have gotten a major league character too.
Yes. So
Are
many.
you drafting
so many
Wild
good.
Thing?
I am not drafting Wild Thing. Shane Falco. If you
Yeah,
want some
Shane
Keanu
Falco.
Reeves in here, but look, the one I'm taking is the one that you thought I might take with the first pick. Thought I was going to take.
You're
with the second.
welcome.
How did it get back to me? Big Ern McCracken? Are
Yeah,
you kidding
I
me?
know.
You're
It pains me, but I like Teen Wolf better.
I mean, to get him from Kingpin, you know, I almost went. It's like, do you go Roy Munson? But Big Ern was
No,
such a
you
good.
do not. What Roy Munson? You take Ernie McCracken, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
This
wonderful.
draft went way differently than I would have imagined. Like, had it not gone that way, like Roy Hobbs from The Natural would have been at the very top of the list. That movie's incredible.
What?
You would have had, you could have gone Denzel's character from Remember the Titans, the coach, Herman
yeah.
Moore.
Here's the guy that when I was talking about the characters, is Jimmy Dugan. Do you guys recognize that name?
Hold on, Jimmy
Dugan.
I don't. It's on.
That's Tom Hanks in League of Their Own,
Oh,
There you go.
yes. So
and
good.
he is so good.
There's no crying in baseball.
He is so good in that movie. But Jimmy Dugan has no name value.
That movie is a national treasure, and everyone
Yes,
during
fantastic.
these times where you're consuming as much television as possible, you need to go back and watch A League of Their Own. It is wonderful. Were there any other names on your guys' list?
Also on my short list, I threw out it because Air Bud was chilling.
Oh my
chilling on my
god!
list.
He was
Jesus
not on your
Shuttlesworth?
list. Yes, that one was on
From
my
He
list.
Got Game, Forrest
That's it.
Gump.
And then
If you wanna count
we had this discussion before the movie. Thankfully, it did not come down to this because we were talking about, okay, does it matter if it's a sports movie or if it's a person who performs a sport a lot in a movie? Because I love Keanu so much. I had Johnny Utah down here from Point Break.
Oh man,
he does his fair. Like the whole movie is about surfing.
I wouldn't have thought about that one. I wouldn't have thought about
but it didn't come to that. So I'm much happier having teamed
necessary
up.
roughness. I should have had.
Jason has Rocky Balboa, Bobby Boucher, Ricky Bobby, and Big
lot of
Ern
Bs.
McCracken. A lot of B's.
That's right, Bill Murray.
I have Gordon Bombay, Rod Tidwell, Karate Kid, and Shooter McGavin. Mike has Happy Gilmore, Henry Rowan Gardner, White Goodman, and Teen Wolf.
I will say this: looking at my lists,
But it's favorites, so it's fine.
There's some name problems.
Henry Rowan Gardner is a problem.
Yeah, give me that needs to be the Rookie of the Year.
Oh, come on. He's just drafting movies now? You're drafting.
Come on.
What did we learn today?
What did we learn today? Sorry about that. I didn't know you were going to continue your battle.
It's all right. I already won.
I'll change it. I'll change it in post.
I learned that clearly based on the Would You Rather questions that began this show. Al Borland finds it very easy to both hunt and eat wild game. So Al Borland is a huntsman. What I learned.
I learned that if I were in a long-term relationship, that one of my parents has no claim in a relationship with said spouse's parents.
I see.
And I learned that you just take the stock tip in the gym to make sure your portfolio stays strong.
You get a little wisdom?
I get that wisdom in my life, yes.
Get a little wisdom? All right, that is it for the Spitballers podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out spitballerspod.com.